Update 39.2 is out, and we're still stuck in the void. And anytime I make an opinion on the internet, somebody has this kind of expression on them. Also, I like the bat ace as well. That's pretty cool. Don't worry, you are not hallucinating. You are seeing the title correctly, and we are indeed doing the unthinkable. We are going to be doing a 2 Megapops with an unspoken tower superglue. Yeah, that's it. That's what we're going for here. And we're going to do this on the longest map. Let me just go back, sorry, because I forgot to credit the individual. The world's longest map by Kthxbye. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name, but Kthxbye is how we're going to refer to them as. And we're going to start things off with a sub. Make sure that you are a sub as well, but a different kind of sub. As in like, comment, and subscribe. If you have not done so already with the ye old subscription box sort of thing. You know, it's very enticing. It is very, very, very attractive if you like the Bloons Tower Defense 6 content that I do, and also other YouTubers as well that covers Bloons Tower Defense 6. Make sure to subscribe to them as well if you're also loving Bloons Tower Defense 6 and also all of these wonderful maps that have come out. And yes, this is a bit of a meme map, but I like it nonetheless because, well, is it truly the longest map in Bloons Tower Defense 6? Now, we're going to kick things off with Geraldo. We're entirely going to focus on the sub, and then after that, we will focus on, well, we're going to focus on other things. We're going to go with glue splatter because we really need the amount of glue to be splattered onto the masses. Now, you may think to yourself, well, how are you able to do pops with the super glue until you actually get to the super glue part? Well, Geraldo and his wonderful Jerry fires, when we get to like round 38, round 39, well, then our glue gunner will start doing damage. But until we get to that stage, we're just going to have to kind of wing it. Kind of like the primary expertise 2 Megapops, we're just going to have to kind of wing it and sacrifice like 10 or 20,000 pops so that we will be able to get to that point of getting the super glue. But we'll definitely go for 024 to begin with our glue gunner. And we place him in the middle of the track. Now there's going to be another issue here, regrow balloons, but also purple balloons because of Jerry's fire. Well, we're going to be able to circumvent the regrow factor by covering the entire track with 110 farms. You see here? This is gonna be an issue, but luckily they're yellows and they cannot multiply like, let's say, a black or white balloon or anything that is higher on that in the hierarchy of balloons. Ceramics, rainbows, zebras, purples, metal, sorry, lead. I said the wrong one there. That is surely going to cost me an unsubscription. I've heard that the maximum nodes that you could put down on a track is 30 within the map editor, so it's going to have to go back and forth here 15 times before it makes it to the final loop around the map itself. I'm glad for this body of water, otherwise we're going to have ourselves some serious issues when it comes to, well, the old submerging and not doing any more pops scenario here. So we're going to place down our glue gunner at the middle of the map, just so it has a little bit of range factor to it, so it's able to get as much of the middle of the track as possible. But we are planning to cover the entire track with regrow blockers, so that those regrow balloons are not an issue, and they'll even be useful when it comes to like round 95, round 99. We need to we need to submerge you and then do that. Lovely. 25, great. Regrow balloons, that's just fantastic. Purple balloons, you're going to be a menace later on when we get Jerry's fire, because obviously fire cannot pop purples. Lovely. I wish it was, in some ways I wish fire was able to pop purple balloons. Like, I understand like magic and energy like lasers, but really, if you're gonna make it immune to fire, you should also put down the opposite elements as well, like ice towers and ice sentries. Like they should also, like purple should also be immune to the ice, but then again that'll make the purpose of the white and zebra balloons redundant. But then again, zebras also have that explosive factor to them. Or then again, white balloons do appear more commonly than purple balloons, so that could be a factor in and of itself. Right, glue splatter. Honestly, feel like I should think about regrows and trying to stop their regrow potential. So, try and get it as far north as possible. Plan on covering the entire track with these. Probably is not the best decision to make, but honestly, I feel like it's one that's going to benefit me in the long term. There's a little bit of track up here missing, but once we put another village beside it, then it'll expand out to the rest of this track over here, which is good. So this has stolen 4,000 pops. Yeah, we're just going to have to wean it. Oh, okay, these zebra balloons are going to be an issue here, actually. If, yeah, I might need to restart the round. Do that. Need to stop all of these regrows somehow. But at the moment, it's not proving to be successful, either with 5. Oh my goodness sakes, these regrows. There we go, we've dealt with them. Excellent. Okay, so just unsubmerge the submerge the submarine, and then wait for all the balloons to come out, and then deal with them with the little stacks of nails. Because, well, this is not popping them, it's just slowing them down, so we could just use that to our advantage. So that was the only way in which I could have done that without trying to tear my own hair off. Okay, now we can commence back with this, hopefully. So, now with... Well, okay, that's not in range yet, but it will be in range. Let's see. Oh, great. Purples. That's a thing I mentioned earlier. That's going to be bad. Okay, so I'm hoping that is... reached all of a track there, and that'll mean that regrows along this portion of a track will not regrow back, but there's still other factors along the track that's going to make it annoying, like, well, the rest of the track. Yeah, we just simply had to unsubmerge, resubmerge, unsubmerge, resubmerge until they all came back. Nope. I just need to wait as long as possible so that, well, I can actually get Joe's fire, because at the moment it's just too expensive for our needs. But at the moment, I'm starting to think that they may actually go back and forth 15 times. And then at that stage, well, we're doomed. We have to start over again. I wonder if it's worthwhile to put in another sub, actually. Have it as twin guns? I don't know, actually. I think we should be able to hold on all this, hopefully. Dear, it would be horrible if we lost to a red balloon right about now. Like, this is doing okay. Like, that's slowing them down a little bit, which is nice. In a way, non-lethal is nice because it means that regrows won't be a huge horror. But at the same time... Hold on, I'm going to try something. Okay, now that the majority of them are stuck, let's see if we can... Oh, goodness sakes, there's so many of these, though. I wonder if it was a mistake to put these villages here preemptively. Maybe I should have waited until we got Jerry's fire and then do it. But nah... Okay, this is really taking a toll. Like I said, I had to wean it, but I think I'm trying to wean on this just a little bit too much here. Gosh. I don't want to have to start over again. This reminds me of an agony map in a way, but it feels like that I'm going to lose out on so much more if we try and do that. Hopefully, this will do. Can't believe we're just holding off around 35 with just one submarine as our means of popping things. The thing is, we only do 1 damage per dart. And it has like 5 PS to it. Okay, last but not least, this little pest. There we go. Green balloons aren't too much of an issue when it comes to regrow things because of the factor that they only go back into a green balloon. It's not like they go back into something else that multiplies on purpose. The multiplication factor is a huge horror when it comes to regrows, and that is why they are a bane and a stopper for a lot of rounds as well, or a lot of runs, because of the factor that you can't pop them fast enough, and therefore they just get... Oh, I forgot to unsubmerge the rest of these, regrow camo greens here. These ones are not much of a bother. How are we doing on cash? I don't think so. Something tells me this is not going to be a thing in which we can do. And even when we get to the stage where we can get Jerry's fire, we still need to unsubmerge this thing so that it can handle the purple balloons. Purple balloons are going to be a huge issue here. Okay, so I kind of wish that... Okay, so we're going to put that on strong. I kind of wish that this just targets the weakest balloons, or the fastest ones, and just leaves the leads lying around, because leads aren't a huge issue at the moment. I'm just not confident with this amount of balloons right now.
My friend?
Jerry's, I felt like getting these two villagers was a big mistake. That's a big mistake. Are we there yet? I'm like that really annoying kid in a car. We there yet? Wait till this is cheaper. There we go. Now this can finally start popping. Now we do not require this until other moments, but this has stolen like a fifth of what we sorry, I've lost my train of thought there. But we've lost a fifth of our capacity. Otherwise, we would actually be well, it would be impossible to get 2 Megapops. Round 39. We have some rainbow, so regrow rainbows to deal with, but then again, there's not too many of them, so they should be handleable. And there's the round. Come on, round. There we go.
What is that?
Okay, so we can't glue this at this given point in time until we get Moab glue. If we had like, you know, glue, we will need glued strike later on actually, so that we can do more damage with the Jerry's fire. We will need an MIB to circumvent our issues with purple balloons. This will be able to do it eventually. It just requires a little bit of patience. Yeah, some of these rounds have been scary because I don't know how many loops some of the balloons have been doing around the track, but it must have made it like at least a good 2/3 of the way throughout the track. Okay, so let's get ourselves Moab glue. I'm actually thinking no because of the factor of regrows. Yeah, I think regrows will be a bigger issue here, so I'm going to forfeit that idea for the moment, and I'm going to get myself some more regrow blockers on the track. Hopefully we should have 6 in total, and if not, then 7 in total. Although both of these will be other things, like this will be a 410 and this will be a 130. Just so that the Jerry's fire can pop the purples and all that good jazz. When I tried this originally, I did have a Dark Monkey down here, but what I was realizing is that I just didn't have the money in order to try and survive. And with the Glue Strike, it meant that the Dark Monkey was doing more damage to the balloons anyway. So it's like, I'm kind of helping myself, but also horrifying myself in the same way, in the same vein. Oh yes, next round is going to be purple. Isn't that just a bloody delight? And because of the fact that they're regrows, it means that we won't. I need to think about this quite carefully actually, because if I don't do this correctly, then, well, I'm gonna be toast. Okay, so we will need another one down here.
Yes, my friend.
So, we can glue them. Like, we can pop everything else, and then just, hopefully, we'll just be left with the purple part. Okay, so let's go to first. And then, hopefully, pop all of the look, please pop the purple. Okay, so let's put you on close then if you're going to be annoying. There we go. And submerge, but we're still several thousands away from being able to deal with this threat. How many have we got left? Okay, 2. Okay, I'm going to put another one down here so it reaches the very end of the track. And then our regrow issues will be non-existent. Excellent. We will have no more problems with regrows because of the fact that that is a thing. And our submerged support is doing nice against these camos, although sometimes because they're too fast, it means they evade being detected. Just wonderful. Okay, so now that that's gone, we need to reapply the Jerry's Fire, which is a little bit of an issue, but we can do it. Okay, so these are going to be a bit of an issue. Regrows, but because of the factor that, well, we're not doing any damage at the moment, let's see if we can just try and pop everything else and then deal with a perp. But then again, they've already been, they've already been decamouflaged, so I don't have to exactly worry about, well, them regrowing at any given point in time, or at least I'm hoping that that sliver of a track over here is not enabling them to regrow. Yeah, you may think that all these regrow blockers is a bit of a waste of money, but I assure you that we need these regrow blocker farms. I don't need regrow farms, regrow blocker villages. How long are we calling them farms for? I don't know. Okay, so Relentless Glue is coming up, and that's going to be very handy. So that any balloons that are like popped near here, or wherever they are popped when they're glued, will stall nearby, which will hopefully slow them down. The big word is hopefully. So we're doing good so far. We were really scared in the first few rounds of this, but we're really doing well on this. Let's see, there's those. Yeah, Glue Strike is going to help tremendously when it comes to dealing more damage with Jerry's Fire. Okay, we're going to put you to... I think we'll stick with primary training. The other just gives more range. But then again, that's going to help with Glue Strike. So... But I think I'm going to hold off until we get an MIB on this one. Also, this now guarantees camera detection just in case some pesky fast ones keep coming up back and forth and they're still camoed. Will this be the first ever super glue to Megapops? That is the question. But I've still got to get to the end result in order to find out if there's still the risk of me losing in all this, and that would be bad. And that would be bad for me, because I like to succeed, but at the same time, we learn from our failings, and we pick ourselves up, and we try again at a later day, just like with my failing two-tower chimps, let's say, with the XXXL trap and the blue incineration, or there's the Moab domination and the energizer. I don't know how people discover these things, but I'm always amazed when this sort of stuff happens. But sometimes I'm more amazed when people do like 2 Megapops on a map as short as Blondes, which is the contrary of this map, which is the longest. Like, I'm not too sure if there's like a map that's longer within the challenge editor, but I don't know. If Ninja Kiwi increased it so you can have like 100 nodes, then like any kind of... Like, you could even have, like, you could have a, not like a Monkeyopolis, but a Monkey Town 2 Megapops. And every single pop is just, well, not every single pop, but the majority of the pops is from the Jerry's Fire. The other things would be is from, well, supporting towers that helped you get to that point. So let's see. MIB is up and running. And honestly, the next thing I should really focus on is a Glue Strike. We really want to increase the damage that we do with our Jerry's Fire, and damage is something in which we're really lacking right now. Like, we could try just spearhead our way and get to Super Glue, but I honestly think that the extra damage right now is going to be very beneficiary towards our endeavors, our survival, and everything like that. So if we do get primary mentoring now, it means we can get tier 1s for free. Sorry. And that is very good, although we do have to be careful though, and I'm not going to put our other glue gunner down until the next round, until I definitely know I can put Jerry's Fire back onto this, because I don't want to rely on this anymore for pops. All that is doing is just decamoufying balloons. Although we did need it earlier on for heat tip darts. We could have gone top path with this, but honestly, I feel like the more balloons that we can glue, the better off we'll be, even though it won't stick to all of the layers. But it's just the sheer number of them, really, that we need to really focus on. So there's those factors there. Need to get up to glue hose, and then we'll go from there. Also, this will help. Yeah, this helps in two ways. Number one, getting tier 1s for free, and number two, reducing ability cooldowns, which honestly, every little helps. As one supermarket slogan would be from Tesco's, every little helps. Round 60 with BFB. How long will it take to take this thing down? Well, only Jerry's Fire can decide that for us. And at the moment, it looks like it's going to take a little bit of time. When I say a little bit of time, I mean a very long time. This is one of those moments where I wish the glue was not applied and you get your ass back to the glue train so that we could glue you again. Take it off. No, I'm going to put it back on you. I'm just a very angsty teen deciding whether or not I like this thing or that thing. No offense to angsty teens at all. There we go. Come on now. Come on now. There we go. And, or maybe angsty is not even the correct word, but maybe it's just, I can't really decide if I want one thing or another. I can't decide whether I like to be colder or hotter. So you see all these regrows? Normally they'd be a stupid issue for us right now if we didn't have all of these grow blocker villages on the field. I almost said farm again there. I don't know why I keep saying farm. It's down to the method before update 38 where you can actually do regrow farms and intentionally make it so that you don't have to worry about pop count for your paragon levels. Because, well, on round 79, you can just create a huge a huge regrow farm and get all of the points that you need for all of your paragons. So essentially, you could just literally get all the pots required for your darts, all the pots required for your boomerangs, all the pots required for, well, you won't worry about aces because of, well, the Flying Fortress can just get 16.2 million pops on its own. Like ninjas you can hold out later on, like the Grand Saboteur is, well, something that you can pick up pots over time passively. Engineers, I say engineers are a good second because you can get money off of them and pops with balloons. And I would say Buccaneers you can do earliest because of the fact of a favorite trade, you're able to actually generate to a Paragon power level anyways by generating money. But there's also the other issue of, well, it steals a lot of pops with this passive hook ability that draws everything in that's not a bad. Okay, round 63, let's go with Glue Strike. We'll be able to do much more damage to everything, and that is honestly a big issue for us at the moment. It's not doing enough damage to these ceramics. You see how much damage we're doing? We're doing a huge amount, and that is a huge one as well. Like, Glue Strike is definitely the way when it comes to dealing more damage, because the scene is just brilliant. And because of the fact that we have the stronger glue, it lasts even longer, and it slows them down even more, which is beautiful. And it also works with these MURBs now, which is a brilliant quality of life change with the middle path glue. Rather than just being the corrosive glue that can be applied to Moabs, it can now be applied to Moabs regardless of what cross path you do, and it's fantastic. What's really annoying about both of these glues is that they don't stack on Moabs. Or balloons in general, so you can only have one or the other on a balloon, but you can't have both. Or you have to wait until the relentless glue is applied and then put the Glue Strike on, because they don't stack, which is really annoying. I wish there was a thing in this game. I heard about a stacking balloons battles too, so balloons tower defense battle 2, where glues stack. But unfortunately, they don't stack in this game. And I feel like that is something that could make glues even better, is that, well, you can synergize each cross path to make sure that you can do a better job with both. Because, well, Ice towers kind of have a similar issue as well. Reapply the Jerry's hot sauce because this is our only means of dealing damage from this particular tower. Also, by the way, we're saving up for super glue now, which will make dealing with these Moabs significantly easier. Okay, so they did kind of stack there in a way, because we applied for glue strike, and then relentless glue was applied straight afterwards. Well, I wonder if it's because of the factor, now this could be a wild theory, is because if this was still firing at an unglued Moab, so from there, you would have to ensure that it's unglued before this can be applied to it, in a way. So, it's still firing at an unglued balloon, but while in the process of the projectile going towards the Moab itself, it then applies itself to it regardless of the factors involved. And that could be a pretty neat little bug, in a way, that you could utilize. Now, this is a heck of a lot of balloons. Like, I was planning to skip in a few rounds, but this is honestly a huge amount of balloons where things could get pretty tight here. Like, the things that are going to really stop us is like round 78. Round 76, not so much, because they all come in one giant clump. But like, round 78, round 79, rounds have a huge amount of balloons. Not necessarily like RBE huge amount, but it's just all that RBE dispersed out into many different segments. As in like regrow rainbows. The regrow part now is a non-existent factor because of all of these grow blocker villages. How much glue do you want on the screen? Yes! Just not this path though. We'll avoid using this path. This could be a potentially lethal round, but we're still dealing with damage because of our glue strikes. So that we'll be able to do more damage with our Jerry's fire, and because of the MIB we don't have to worry about purples anymore, which is awesome. You may think, well, this is useless. It's not useless, because these things cannot put purples. There we go, round 75 is being done and dusted of a sort. They're multiplying, but that's good in a way. It means money. It means more monkey money in the bank. And we need monkey money so that we're able to buy the super glue. And do you know where you get super glue from? From your local convenience store. Mom, we need super glue. Mom, we have super glue at home. Super glue at home is tier 5 bottom tier upgrade of the glue gunner monkey. Round 75 is being completed, and as you can tell, I am slightly out of my comfort zone. But guess what? We are doing this because I love you people. And I love this game. Like, with map editor, this game has just become infinitely more playable. Because there are infinitely more possibilities of maps to encounter. Do you see any regrows happening? If you do, then please comment down below. And that is actually post having all of these villages down. Almost said farm again. I'm just used to saying the phrase regrow farm. These 57 pots from Geraldo were for popping those regrow zebras on round 31, I believe it was, or something similar along those lines. Like, those regrow zebras were menacing, because if you don't deal with it, if you damage it, it will just multiply into however many balloons it desires to go into. Do that. Lovely. Keep on going with the glue strike so we can continuously deal more damage to them all. Yeah, I prefer bottom path, even though it doesn't stick to all layers. Just slowing them down even more and sticking to them for longer is a blessing in and of itself. Like, yeah, you can see both layers of the glues on them at times. So that's... oh, you can't really tell from this. So it's like, sometimes you can see both the pink and the yellow goo on them. Or glue on them, sorry. This may look doom and gloom, but do not worry. This is much worse than you think it is. But we now have super glue. Now we don't have to go to the convenience store for super glue. We now have it for all of our means. The only thing now that will stop us is that game over screen, which will be very, very BAD'd. That spells bad. Now I am going to pit myself with the glue storm where we can get it so that we can do even more bonus damage. Yeah, let's just deal with this. The huge number of balloons on the screen will mean this will be an issue at some point. Okay, let's just chuck these back. Let's just try and get as much as we can out here so that we can do as much stalling and all that jazz as much as we can. Oh my gosh, it's starting to see a bit of little black here. I wonder if there's any spots where I have forgotten about the regrows. Oh my god, I thought the game was going to crash. Round 79 is no joke. There's like round 91 as well, which is going to be a big old factor. Okay, so let's just do that again. Sometimes glue can actually cause a lot of lag in the game, not gonna lie. Yeah, they don't stack on most sometimes. I feel like you have to have a relentless glue down first before the glue strike can apply itself to that. But I'm not too sure. Do you see me being smart on this game? Oh my gosh, the lag again. I would not recommend this unless you have a high-end PC. Even my 4090 is suffering as a result of all of these animations on screen, and because of the fact that all these regrows have that kind of shield around them to indicate that they cannot regrow. Are we doing well in this? I don't know, actually. I don't know if they are close to exiting the map or not. But from what I can tell, we are doing well. I think anyways. Let's just use that again. And that is, yeah, that's time. That's definitely time. That's definitely time. And oh my god, if that actually escaped, I would have been super mad there. It's like it came down to the last 0.00001%. That sounds like an auto there. Okay, glue strike on that. Yeah, so for some odd reason, super glue actually does damage. Even without top path being applied with a corrosive glue, this does damage. And I also love the fact that this is dealing, well, this and that and all of these. So my next trip is going to be glue storm, and then honestly some balloon sabos is going to be very, very helpful. Like, I think balloon sabos in some way is a if you get 4 of them down, it's kind of like a more permanent effect when trying to rely on just one overclock for this, because since it is a tier 5 tower, that means it's only like 60 or 65% uptime. Would you please stop sending it to the back? Thank you very much. I really appreciate you if you are near the super glue itself. This is kind of not sticking to all of these MOABs, I'm not gonna lie. Like, that could be a big hindrance for us if this is not sticking to the MOABs properly. And this is still kind of, yeah, it's applying. You can see that they have, yeah, there's 2 layers of glue there. There's yellow and then there's the pink as well. So for regular balloons, they do stack, but I'm still unsure about MOABs. Because of primary inventory, glue storm has about 75% uptime. If we've got Energizer, it will be 100% uptime. Like, it will just be raining glue everywhere, and that would be a thing of beauty, wouldn't it not now? Okay, so with all that said and done, it's time for some balloon sabos when we can afford them. So yeah, oh gosh, how much are we away now? 23 away? Okay, there we go. Now we have ourselves more potential of slowing the balloons down and causing lag for us. Get 4 of these and it'll be 100% uptime with balloon sabos, which is also a thing of beauty. But I'm still worried about these middle class balloons when it comes to like glue storm versus super glue. Which one has priority over the other? Although we are doing more damage, but it's still kind of going back and forth a lot, which I don't like. ZMGs are going to be a piece of cake, actually, because we can just stick them, and it's just going to be brilliant. Let's see. Yeah, if we super glue them first and then the glue storm, it means both are kind of applied in their own ways. Oh yeah, I forgot about the balloon sabo there. Glue storm. You're now brilliant against Moabs. Beforehand, we have to rely on top half corrosive glue for it to stack onto you Moab class balloons, but now you can be applied to them, and it's also brilliant. Yeah, combination with balloon sabo and glue storm. If super glue cannot be applied, and we're good, honestly. So once we get the 4 balloon sabos, we will then concentrate on 2 overclocks overlay. Round 86 was quite uneventful. They didn't even make it down once, which is good. It's going to be the same for these as well, actually. Okay, this is a bit more difficult because we have a huge amount of Moabs to deal with here. Twice the number of them, which means this cannot keep up. So I'm thinking probably that a wonderful, and I'll repeat this, a wonderful overclock will be needed in order to keep on gluing them. That is the round, hopefully. There we go. I'm going to try and see if we can hold off until round 91, because then we know we've definitely got it for sure. For, well, we'd have to reapply it, but then again, I'm just thinking we might, yeah, we'll have the money for it. And this is for better Jerry's fire as well, so it does more burning damage. And paired with that, it means it'll do even more burning damage. I'm slightly crooked because of this scenario that I've laid out for myself, because I want to try and see if I can do this. If we can get the first unofficial 2 Megapops with the super glue. I say unofficial because this is not on an official Bloons Tower Defense 6 map. This is a custom map. One of the most liked maps as well, because of, well, probably the absurdity of it and the fact that it goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Our 3rd Sabo should be up pretty soon. Excellent. And yeah, one quality of life change if you're watching this Ninja Kiwi would be if a layer of balloon is popped. So let's say if we go down to BFB and Moab and there's a balloon sabo active, it shouldn't be the case where the lower layer is then invisible to a active balloon sabo. 56 minutes into the recording and we have just hit round 90. Isn't that just wonderful? Speaking of round 90, we have DDTs incoming. Okay, we need everything here. That was just 3 of them. Round 95 is going to be a menace because of how fast they are. Blue Storm that. It gets those back as well, which is lovely. This is going to be probably a test now. Like, round 90s and onwards is an absolute menace, because it's where the majority of the pops are going to lie. 91. Let's just apply that as well. What is it set to? I can't find it. Okay, it's that first. Yeah, this is where we desperately need the balloon sabos in play here because of, well, how fast they're all going. And the fact that this scene only has a limited... Where's my mouse? There we go. This only has a limited number of balloons that it can actually apply the super glue to, which is annoying. Round 98 is going to be probably the true test of all this, because this can stick to bads. It doesn't slow them down, but it does damage them, which is nice. Update, we have 4 balloon sabos down on the track, which means we should theoretically have 100% uptime on this slowdown effect. There we go, another one. Keep on gluing them, keep on damaging them. Yeah, round 97 is going to be a non-issue because it's only 2 ZMGs. It's the number of balloons which are the issue, not necessarily the RBE and that stuff. There we go, there we go. Also, round 100 is going to be easy to track how many loops it's done around, so trying to calculate the amount of damage that we've done is going to be hopefully okay. I think. Yeah, these mobs are quite fast, which is quite concerning. I don't want to set you to strong because we really want to target those DDTs first. Like the 4 to 5 BFBs are an issue, but the DDTs are the bigger issue because of how fast they are. Okay, that's really good. You stalled them all. Congratulations. We dealt with the fast ones really early there, which is brilliant. Round 94. It seems to be that once they get away, it's kind of difficult to try and re-glue them with the super glue. Is this DIY job good enough for this? I hope so. Because I'm not going to do this again. We're an hour into a recording. This round has taken so long. I'm going to be horrified to see what round 98 is going to be like. And round 96 as well. Round 95 shouldn't be as bad considering our previous performance on DDTs have been very good. But again, there could be our PS issue here with all this jazz. Let's glue them. Also, a neat thing about the glue storm, I'm not sure if it's just individual to the glue storm or if it's all applied to like the glue strike as well, is that it de-leadifies balloons. So therefore in this case, and oh my god, this is really bad. They're not slowing down for whatever reason. Yeah, you need to stick to DDTs, please. Because these things are making their way a lot of the way for... No, I'm not comfortable with this. We need to retry this round. Yeah, let's use a snowstorm to have that permafrost on them. We really need to slow these down as much as we can. Because these, for some of the reason on this round, they're a huge menace. Because there's just so many of them, it can't track and keep up with them all. Freeze again. I'm kind of concerned about the amount of pots we're getting with this, but honestly, I'd rather have that than the risk of losing. We've come so far in this. We're not gonna lose, or if we do, then, well, that's just gonna be it. Come on, stick to these DDTs, please. Stop wasting your glue on other things, but then again, it also has a pierce cap. Well, eventually that's round 95 done with. Now it's round 96. And all of these balloons to deal with. All of these balloons. Oh, dearie me. Oh, no. We need to constantly apply these sabos. We need to be careful with this because this is also going with the glue storm itself, which is going to be very bad if this is going to steal too many pops, and I feel like I need to stop using it. Are we there yet? In this case, yes. I'm going to dread around 98 though. 98. And there's that. This should be an easy round. There's only 2 of these to try and concentrate our damage on, and then that will be that. That will be that, and then we can make our way home. Wait a minute, we're already home. Round 98. I'm dreading this round, honestly. No matter what we try and do, we're going to be kind of sabotaging ourselves here. Just concentrate on the first most balloons, honestly. I feel like that's just the most important thing that you can do right now. 20k, that's a thing. Try and wait until glue storm is expired and then use it, honestly. Yeah, just do the snowstorm while that is a thing. I forgot to use my sabos then and there. Okay, so they're done. I wish we could pop fewer of these at a time so that then we can just divide and conquer all these, rather than just trying to take down all of these simultaneously. I feel like also the damaging factor of the super glue factor is limited. Oh gosh. There's so many balloons on this round. Wait a minute. I've even got Jerry's fire on. That's a biggie. I feel like we could have had that, you know, for damage sake. But it seems to be going very well so far. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon there, but I was like, this is kind of going well. I don't see a huge amount of balloons on the screen here. The glue storm. I know this is going to be a very long video to apologize about. I do aim to do some shorter videos in the future, but it's like this kind of scenario, I kind of want to cover as much of it as I can without losing out on too many details or too many close moments. But then again, this map is exclusive because, well, how can you tell that it's a close moment? Because it could be the first loop around the track, or it could be the 29th loop around the track. You just don't know with these things. I did think we were doing well, but I'm slightly concerned about all of this, honestly. Because there's just so many balloons on the screen. Oh, I thought I was doing well when I saw all of them compact into the ZMGs. I just wish I'd dealt with a fortified BFBs first one of this, thinking, I don't know, let's try and deal with everything at once. Let's just try and deal with everything at once. Although it seems to be calming down just a little bit. Maybe it's just me and my wishful thinking here. It's just probably me and my wishful thinking it's just going to be alright. It's going to be okay. These have been huge helps, by the way. These ninja monkeys up here. Slowing them down. Glue Storm, a huge help. Allowing us to do more damage. And all that jazz. I don't know how many loots they've been around. I'm honestly scared. Scared for my life. This is the round I'm worried about just because of the sheer number of balloons on the screen at any given point in time. Any given point in time. Okay, why are you not stuck? There we go. There's at least some stuck, even though it's not the pink one. At least it's the yellow one, which means you're getting more damage dealt to you. And I think this round is coming to a close, and I soon will not think about this scenario ever again. I think we'll play on this map again, but with a more tolerable tower to deal with. Now I'm concerned about the number of pops we've done. I don't know if we're able to do this. I wonder if some pops have been removed because of this particular combination. I wonder if because we're doing more damage, it removes the... that could be a factor, actually. It removes damage for some odd reason. Although, maybe I've just underestimated this. Maybe that's the thing. I've just underestimated this. The amount of pop count that we have. I'm not worried about this, actually, because there's just fewer DDTs than there were around 95. Let's see now. I'm hoping we're good for around 100, but we should observe how much damage we are dealing to the bat itself. The other things are going to be useless, so we can only rely on these the Glue Storm ability here. Very impressive specimen. Okay. I'm going to keep in mind how many loops this has done. Number 6. I believe the maximum number is 30. Up and down, so 15 per journey. I think that was what it takes to be the longest map ever. The longest map in the world. The most horsepower in the world. We're coming up to like a third of the way through, but I'm still quite worried. I don't know how many nodes this track has, because I haven't really tested to see, but since it's just one balloon on the screen, it's very easy to track how many loops it's done around the track itself. Also put a pickles on this just in case if this could be a leading fact. Oh my god, if that exit failed, I'd be so mad. Number 11. There we go. Okay, this is it. This has got to be it. It's only halfway through its journey if there are 30 routes up and down, or up and down in total, sorry. So, yeah, this is done. This is done. This is absolutely done. 2 ZMGs left. We should be able to do this. 11,000, 20,000, and a little bit here. Come on, we can do this. First ever 2 Megapops with super glue. Obviously, it's unofficial because it's on a custom map, and this is a ridiculously long map, but it still feels good to have the privilege of saying that I've done this. Come on now. Come on now. Okay, let's snowstorm that, and there it is. There it is, 2 Megapops. I'm just going to put down these genie bottles just to get us through the rest of all this. And blow them all down. Good. We've done it. That was not worth it. So much time has gone into this. For me anyways, it feels like it's so much time. And we used 440 abilities. Oh, gosh. So that, folks, is a 2 Megapops with this thing. This is about just wonderful. And I was about to say, yeah, the glue storm, yeah, that can sometimes go on for forever. It's like, even to this day, even when you've turned off your computer, the glue storm is still raining down like a storm does. So yeah, got like 17,000 just because I wanted to clear up all this. I don't want to risk anything, so we got these genie bottles out as soon as we know we've got 2 Megapops with this thing. Ah, dearie me, yeah, so yeah, these are the MVPs in some ways. The video game so is this, but I was really worried about the fact that this was combining with the glue storm. Like snowstorm, glue storm. What a combo. So yeah, that is definitely what you call a 2 Megapops. It's not an official map, so you can't really document it as such, but it was just really fun to do nonetheless. So thank you all so much for watching. Please like the video, be sure to comment, and be sure to subscribe if you've yet to do so already. This was a map made by Kthxbye. I'm not too sure how to properly pronounce it. Not for trees, by the way. And this is possibly the world's longest map. Yeah, this is me right now. My head is in the void. Thank you all so much for watching. I may do something a bit more eventful, like a collection event, let's just say. Thank you all so much for watching, and take care of yourselves, everybody.